Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of April 2nd. If you're interested in reducing your freight costs by 8 to 12% or more, then consider making the journey to becoming a strategic shipper. Last week, we held another Perfect Storm webinar, and we had hundreds of shippers listen in. We got tremendously positive feedback, and if you didn't have the time or you were too busy to listen to the webinar, I've got great news. We've got replays of it available over at our Perfect Storm Transportation Center at transact.com. Now, here were some snippets that you need to consider, and this is what made the webinar itself so valuable. First, we hit head-on the issue of strategic shippers versus transactional shippers. Now, I want you to listen to this brief little snippet where Jeff Rogers, the CEO of Universal Logistics, and Dave Yeager, the CEO of Hub Group, talk about the difference in how their organizations treat strategic versus transactional shippers. When you add it all up, it confirms something that we learned from Derek Leathers in our interview with him at the Knit League, which is also available for you over at the Storm Center. Specifically, transactional shippers are going to pay anywhere from 8% to 12% more to move their freight. Now, before you pass that off as just a consequence of the market, I have a very important question for you. If one of your competitors is a strategic shipper and you're a transactional shipper, can you continue to afford that kind of competitive disadvantage? And I hope the answer to that question is a resounding no, because if that's the case, then you're really going to want to listen to some of the comments from Tracy Rosser from Walmart and Dave Venberg from Ardent Mills. And when Dave talked about the fact that 3.5 years ago, Ardent Mills got serious about becoming a shipper of choice, and today they're not having any trouble sourcing capacity at a reasonable price, it highlighted one of the benefits associated with being a shipper of choice. Now, one of the things we're very cognizant of is that when we bring this up, some of you ask, Mike, how do I get started on the journey? For example, one of the things we talked about in the webinar were practical steps that you can do tomorrow to improve what's happening at your docks. And that's going to have an immediate impact with your carriers. And these are the types of things that we cover in our rapid assessment. Now, we mentioned that last week, but folks, after hearing this webinar, it's more important than ever before, whether you get with us or get with somebody else. Let us do a rapid assessment so that we can help you to understand the gap between where you're at today as a transactional shipper versus where you could be tomorrow as a strategic shipper. It'll have immediate and positive bottom line results. Now, we make all of this information available to you because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we're on your team, we're here to help, and we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.